She says she loves you, but why does it feel like part of her isn't really with you? Like you're fighting memories you never made and losing? Carl Jung believed we never come into love alone. We carry ghosts. And she's full of them. If you've ever felt like she was comparing you to someone you've never met, this video will show you why and what it means for your soul. You ever sit across from a guy, watching him fall for you, and deep down you know, he has no clue what kind of ghost he's about to wrestle? He thinks he's got you all to himself. Thinks he's the first to make you laugh like that, to kiss your neck like it's sacred ground, to hold you like you were meant for him. But what he doesn't know, what he can't even sense, is that he's not just touching you. He's brushing up against every man who ever taught you how to flinch. Let's get real. We women, we carry things, not in our bags, in our bodies, in our nervous systems. Every late night phone call that ended in tears, every "I promise I'll change," every touch that felt like love until it didn't. We carry it all, and most of us, we never really drop it. We just learn to walk prettier under the weight. Carl Jung would have called this a complex, an emotional landmine buried so deep we stop even knowing it's there. But you know what I call it? A damn archive. Because every time you try to hold me, there's a whole committee in my subconscious whispering, "Careful, remember what happened last time?" And I hate it. I hate that when I meet someone new, I don't meet him new. I size him up with old eyes. I compare him to scars. I test him with the ghosts of men I said I was over. But trauma doesn't have a delete button, babe. It just learns to dress better. So yeah, you're not crazy for feeling like I'm only half there. Like something in me's pulling away even while I smile. You're probably not even the problem. You just walked into a heart that's been broken, boarded up, and turned into a damn museum. Exhibit A. The first love who left when things got too real. Exhibit B. The one who used silence as punishment. Exhibit C. The man who touched my body like it was his property. And now you walk in thinking it's a clean slate, that you get the soft, untouched version of me. But baby, this softness? It's curated. It's a reaction, not a rebirth. Because when a woman's been through enough, she stops falling in love. She starts managing it, calculating how much to give, how fast to feel, how far to let her guard down before she remembers. He might leave too. And what breaks my heart the most? You never asked for this. You wanted me, not the shadow of him, not the reflexes I built in self-defense. But I can't give you what I buried with them. They took pieces of me I didn't even know I'd miss. So now the question is this. If I'm still echoing with the voices of men I used to love, how much of me can you ever really hear? And if the shape of my femininity has already been sculpted by their hands, what kind of woman do you think you're holding now? We'll go deeper into that in the next chapter. You think you're dating a woman, but what if you're actually meeting a mosaic? A carefully glued together collage of every man she ever tried to love, and every version of herself she had to become just to survive him. Let me tell you something raw. We don't come untouched. We don't come unformed. By the time you get to us, we've already shape-shifted a dozen times. The soft girl, the fixer, the cool one, the one who doesn't need too much. Each role crafted like armor, not because we're fake, but because we were trained by men who said, don't be too emotional, don't be too distant, be sexy, but not too available, be smart, but don't outshine me. So we carved ourselves into fragments. And now you want the real me? Baby, I don't even remember what she looks like. She's buried under versions of myself that men said they preferred. Carl Jung talked about archetypes, ancient, inherited blueprints. The lover, the mother, the maiden, the witch. But when one woman is forced to be all of them over and over for men who never stayed, That archetype doesn't bloom, it breaks. It gets worn out, distorted, mass-produced. We were supposed to be mystery. We became product. You think she's alluring? Maybe. But how much of that allure was born from genuine soul? And how much from survival? Because when a woman has been molded too many times, she doesn't feel anymore. She calculates. She doesn't open, she adapts. Not out of coldness, but because every opening before you became a wound she had to learn to walk around. You wonder why she's distant 1 minute and magnetic the next. Because you're not dealing with one woman. You're facing the ghost of every archetype she had to wear like a costume just to be loved for 5 damn minutes. You thought she was playing games. Nah, she's just forgotten how to be without performing. And here's the kicker. She's exhausted. Not because she's broken, but because she's been edited so many times. There's nothing left to revise. You came looking for a muse, but you're dancing with someone who's been rewritten by men who didn't know what to do with her depth. So I'll ask you this. When a woman's femininity has been shaped, reshaped, and reshaped again to survive, how do you know if you're falling for her, or just another version she learned to wear? And what happens when even she doesn't know the difference anymore? That's what we'll face in the next chapter. You want all of her. Her eyes, her touch, her silence at night when the world fades and it's just you and her breath on your chest. You want her heart like it's a house with a key, a door, and your name on the mailbox. But deep down you feel it, that you're not alone in there. You can feel it when she pauses before saying I love you. You can hear it in the way she sighs like something's missing. Even when everything seems fine, she's with you. But not all of her is here. Carl Jung said that what we repress doesn't disappear, it owns us. And when it comes to love, ownership isn't about control, it's about presence. But how can she be fully present with you when parts of her still live in the arms of men she doesn't talk about anymore? You think you're building something real, but in her subconscious, there are squatters, old flames, lingering touches, that one name she never mentions. And no, it's not about body count. It's about psychic territory. Because if you love a woman who gave her soul away too many times, you're not getting the full story. You're getting the leftovers of a fire that already burned out, and the ashes still whisper. She laughs at your jokes, but some part of her is still waiting on an apology that'll never come. She kisses you with hunger, but sometimes that hunger isn't for you. It's for the version of herself she used to be, before she was taught that giving love means losing it. And here's the part no one tells you. You can't heal what she doesn't mourn. You can't own what she hasn't reclaimed. If her heart is still haunted, then loving her is like moving into a house that's already furnished with someone else's memories. You don't feel at home. You feel like a guest. And even if she swears she's yours, something in her softness stays locked, like it once opened for someone else and never quite closed again. You think love is about giving, but sometimes the most painful truth is this: she has nothing left to give. So I'm asking you, if her soul was taken before you ever arrived, are you still willing to fight for a place inside it? Or is it time to ask the harder question? What does it mean to love someone who doesn't fully belong to themselves anymore? Because the next chapter isn't about her anymore. It's about you, and why you keep choosing hearts that were never truly yours to begin with.